Hey guys, Gaming Engineer here. Here we are in the finals of the GridLine Racing League that I've been doing every Friday. Massive thank you to everyone that's been watching so far with the 7 Fridays. I know it's been arduous and I understand I've been a bit of a shitty racer, but thank you so much for the support. Qualified 7th, don't know how I did that, pull one out of the bag. Unfortunately, that's where my luck ran out because I get gobbled up worse than a porn star in a movie scene. And I lose a couple positions. I don't know how I was that slow off the start, but I was. And unfortunately I lose a couple positions. Into turn 1, cold tires, bit of a bold move from Blue Bloss, which was fine. I left the door open. I had to go a bit wide just to avoid too much contact, but there's a bit of rubbing. I think some of the blue left from my car is still on that car if you zoom in close enough. I saw the turn coming up and I backed out of it. I didn't want any more contact like Monza. Unfortunately I slide into Highlander a little bit. He doesn't lose too many positions, so it was okay. But I am sorry, you know, it's 100% my fault. I'll wear that. I am sorry, Highlander, because he's such an amazing racer. So as the Bs go by, I'm just trying to get my head focused, just trying to settle down. I was a bit thrown off with what Blue Bloss did because I didn't want to make any contact. And so I was just hoping that everything was still clean. Unfortunately, Blue Bloss lights the rears, cold tires, too much acceleration, and he just kisses the wall there. So I made that position back, luckily. But again, it was just a bit of a thrown off position just to be in there, lose that many positions early, trying to figure out why I had a bad start, and it just wasn't concentrating. So anyway, I'm trying to get my head down, head Hamish, and all my amazing engineers, Sheena, Dutch, and David, TTV Brightside, just telling me to shut the fuck up and focus, because I had Rugworth coming at me at an amazing pace of knots. So he got an amazing exit out of Spoon, just absolutely incredible, took the toe and ran with it, and he closed me up real quick. So you'll see heading into 130R, couldn't lift, cold tires, just had to brave it out because I had him that close. If I lifted, I would have got him past. So you'll see I don't lift, go a little bit wide, miss the apex because I don't want to slide, and he just sends one down the inside. Now, I saw him coming in, you'll see the angle of attack arrows come up, and he took a much deeper angle, and so that's why I knew I could cover him on the second part of the chicane, knowing that I had a much better line coming in. So knowing that I'd cover the inside line on the second part of the chicane, I was a bit more comfortable with going wide on the first part, which actually saved me getting punted. So I saw him coming at a rate of knots, went wide, he took a deeper line into the first apex, and I took a much shallower line into the second, which allowed me to keep the inside line. So I was lucky there, avoided contact, and he's more than capable of doing some clean racing anyway. So I wasn't too worried with him hitting me. It was more so I didn't want any contact to push him wide or push me wide or someone get a penalty. It was more so with that. Cold tires, everything was still warming up. We're all just settling into a rhythm, and the last thing I wanted was a bit of contact. Now, the next scene coming up is Expat, unfortunately. He gets a little bit loose. Again, cold tires, he gets a little bit loose, goes onto the grass, and actually backs that mid-pack up, thankfully, and I snake my way in there, and I give it just the tip. So I was very lucky with that part, and I managed to gain up a few places. You'll see me slippery sliding all my way through there, and make up a couple positions thanks to Expat. Now, take a look at the circle, slides across the grass, slows everyone down because no one wants to hit him, so everyone's like, what the fuck? Everyone's unsure where to go, everyone pulls out, you know, I'm just sliding in, never pull out, and just full send it. So thankfully, Expat helped me out. Unfortunate for him. You know, I think it was just a mixture of cold tires and just being a bit too aggressive. Lights up the rears and then just sends it into the wall, unfortunately. So he parks it up on the side there for a bit. So I make up a few more places. I'm one place down than where I qualified, so I was quite happy with that. And I was actually gaining on Magical because of that little Expat battle. It actually slowed everyone down, so I actually gained, and I was very lucky through Spoon. Pick up the toe, and I just had to send it. What Rugworth did to me, pull out. I had a better exit out of Spoon, and you see he just closes the door a bit, touched the wall, and I had to back out of it. Fair play to him. You know, I'm not going to complain. I think that's totally fair. If there was a bit of contact, I'm really sorry. Magical, it wasn't intentional. But you'll see I sent it down the inside. I'm on full brakes. I was picking up a lot more speed than I was used to, so I had to back right out of it. You'll see there a lot more speed out of 130R, and I'm on full brakes. This is locked. There's nothing more I can give it. I'm, you know, in my head I'm like, fuck, do not hit him. And you see I back right out of it. Even Kez catches me up just because I had to back off. Now, that's one thing I sort of learned to compensate for being a cunt, is just back the fuck out of that maneuver. Don't make up any positions, nor close up on them because you didn't gain it legally, to me, personally. So when I hit Blue Bloss and Monza, I haven't done the video yet, but when I hit Blue Bloss, I actually back all the way out. I backed the fuck up out of that maneuver. He doesn't see it that way, and that's fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I don't mind. Again, you'll see it here. I backed all the way out just to give him that room to say, look, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I'm the cunt. Please don't put me on cunt of the week. And sort of let him recuperate, get the car straightened, and get on with his race before I get on with mine. So you see Kez caught me up quite quickly. That was because I fucked up. So I picked up a little bit too much pace. I didn't expect to be that much quicker. And so trying to slow down was an absolute useless attempt. So I'm really sorry, Magical. It wasn't intentional. You can see from the replay I was on full brakes. I jammed it as hard as I could. You know, there was not much more to give. And so, you know, unfortunately I messed that part up. Early on incidents, everything settles down towards the end of lap 4 or 5. So luckily for you guys, you won't have to put up with much more of my bullshit. But again, I was trying my hardest to catch everyone up, but also be clean. So again, it is what it is. I can't explain any more than that, other than I backed out of it and tried to, you know, show them that I was sorry and give the position back. So again, if you see me do that in other videos and you're like, why did he back all the way out of it? That's why. Just under my impression is just give back the position, back the fuck out of it. Just let them know that, you know, they've got clean track and you're very sorry, and I think that's usually the best way to redress. If you do hit them off the track, try to give the position back. That's something I couldn't do at Monza unless I was going to let everyone else by with Blue Bloss, but I did have in the back of my head, if he did catch me or catch up, or there was one position that I could lose, 100% that was his. So, you know, it's unfortunate what happened. I know he's still pissed off and I know he's upset, but look, I'm really sorry, Blue Bloss. It wasn't intentional. I got hit into you, and that's the way it went about. It was just a bit of chain reactions. Now you'll see, I'm actually trying my darndest to keep Kez behind me but catch Magical. Magical and I have a really good battle history. He's fantastic. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of him. Amazing driver. Amazing to battle with, amazing to follow and try and keep up with, but amazingly hard to defend against. He's so quick, and he knows all these lines and attacking moves that, you know, I'm still learning. So for me to even come close to try and battle with him, I would have been over the moon if I got to battle with him. So you'll see me trying to catch him. I had better tires. I was getting a better drive out of that sweeping left-hander there, sort of a double apex. I was getting a much better drive out of there, and so I was feeling a bit confident that I could catch him. I wasn't sure if he was having pedal trouble, because I do know he was having pedal trouble earlier in the week, so hopefully that wasn't the case. But you'll see out of one spoon, I get a much better drive. I'm getting a lot better traction out of that whole shot. So I'm very lucky because I'm managing to stay in tow range, which is epic. So this allowed me to just basically gauge myself against Magical and see how far I could push it without killing the tires. So you'll see I'm getting closer, ever so closer, and now I know he's a very good defensive driver, and the last thing I want is to get put into the wall. Not again, because I don't think he put me into the wall the first time. He just closed the door, which is fine, but I didn't want to put him into the wall because I knew I'd spin and potentially lose a couple more positions. So at this moment I was very happy with 8th. 8th for me was perfect. Just look after the tires. It was a long race, pace myself. I started on the wrong tires actually anyway. I was meant to start on mediums. I'm so sorry, Hamish, my race engineer, well, one of many, but Hamish told me to start on mediums. I fucked up. I started on softs because I'm a dumb cunt, and unfortunately, you know, we had to come up with a whole new game plan, and Hamish, Sheena, Dutch, and Mr. Brightside, David, are just absolutely amazing. Without these guys, I would not have had such a good race. Honestly, I owe this whole race and the end result to them, because they're the ones that steered me through to this. The whole race from lap 1, I was really thrown off with that battle with Blue Bloss. I just didn't want any contact after Monza, didn't want him upset with me, and these guys just told me shut up and stay focused, and it was amazing. They guided me through everything. I doubted the strategy, they set me right. I doubted the second stop, they set me right. You know, I was worried about Kez, they told me shut up and just do your own race. And it's amazing, because without these guys, I wouldn't have had such a huge rate of improvement, I feel. Now you'll see Magical copped a penalty. I don't actually know where he got it. Fortunate for me, he had to serve it down this back straight out of spoon. and you'll see I just sweep by because I saw him, I took the tow, and I managed to get by. Unfortunately, he tried to close me off, and Kez bore the brunt of that. It was 100% unintentional. I know Magical, he did apologize after the race, but 100% Kez, it was unintentional. Magical did not intend to punch you. He was actually trying to cover me off. Unfortunately, he didn't unghost until I got past, and when he moved to the right, Kez was coming through because Kez had a good exit following my tow as well. So it's unfortunate with that. Fortunate for me, I'm back to 7th, back where I started. Amazing. I'm looking at my position, going, "Holy fuck! I'm back where I started." Amazing. I did not even think, with the company that I was in, with these amazing people. Well, some people I don't really get along with. But with the company that I was in, for me to be 7th, I was over the moon. I was actually expecting 14th, to be honest. My race engineers, these guys had a lot more faith in me than I did, but I don't know where they got this faith from. But I was happy with 14th. To even reach the finals, I didn't even expect to get 4th in my red lobby group. 4th with DJ, Magical, Blue Bloss, and all these battles that I was having, Kez Audio, PJ Mac. Just unbelievable. These guys are so quick, so much more talent, you know, so much more pace above me. But I was just doing the best I could with the company that I was in. So Disco Stu, was the next guy I was trying to catch. Unfortunately, I was killing my tires, and so coming up to the pit stops, and this is where it all got interesting because I think I pitted pretty early compared to the rest of the field. I don't think anyone else was trying to pit that early. Me being the idiot that I am, started on softs. Luckily, my engineers told me a new strategy on the fly, so I was very grateful for that. And they helped me out of a very big mess. So again, thank you so much, so much, Hamish, Dr. Sheena, and David, and even Jester when he joined. Just, I owe you guys so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you a million, and thank you for everyone that watched me. DJ, Big Norm, Jester. Again, thank you guys for watching, because that support, those comments, I just honestly, when I was fretting about what I was doing, I lose confidence really easily because I don't trust myself. I know I'm a bit of a shit racer, so driving this car without traction control on softs, relying on the downforce and my car skills, I had no faith in me keeping 7th. I was going to spin. I knew I was going to spin on one of these laps. Amazingly, I don't know how I didn't, through 37 laps of driving this car on worn tires at some points, I didn't spin. So whoever was looking out for me, whether it was, you know, the almighty whoever, or just my engineers coaxing me into what I needed to do, I was just very grateful that I didn't lose the rear end, and I was able to keep it on track. So with the pit stops coming up, I do fuck up because I do stop a little bit early, but this new strategy actually helped me, I think. I think this new strategy was better than the old one that you'll see coming up. I did fast forward the pits just because this is a long video. I'm so sorry for it being a long video. I tried to cut scenes and cut where I could, but again, if I chopped out the middle section or tried to make it shorter, I personally think you would have missed some good driving. This is the best driving I've done in all 7 races. 8th race here. In all 7 races, this is my best drive that I've ever done. No mistakes, no penalties, good battles, good clean passes, good tire management, good fuel saving. Look, I'm not a good racer, but this is one of my proudest races with the best engineers. So I didn't want to cut out the middle stint just because I drove really well and had some good sector pace. So unfortunately, thank you so much if you do stick towards the end. I appreciate it. Please do stick towards the end from lap 30 onwards. The battle with Disco Stew is my most favorite. I can't speak more highly of Disco than this race. This race shows you why he is so amazing and why I still look up to him. So if you are going to go, please go take a piss, go take or whatever you need, take some cocaine, make a coffee, put it on a blanket, settle in, because it's basically some solid pace from here on out, up until about lap 30, which I think is some of my finest driving. So if you get bored, take a look at the lap times, work out the differences if you want to, but they're all pretty much close together, and just enjoy, please, because I have worked reasonably hard on making this video, and I've worked even harder driving this fucking car. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll be back when there's something noteworthy, which is basically towards the end of the race. So I'll leave you with the bees, and thank you so much for watching. I thoroughly appreciate it. Bye guys. Hey guys, so I'm back. Here we are on lap 16, chasing Disco Stu. Now the reason I'm back, unfortunately for you guys, is this little mistake from Disco is what allows me to basically catch him, pass him, and have that battle at the end. Now, without this tiny mistake, he just lit up the rears a bit too much, kissed the wall. I get a massive drive out of Spoon, you'll see here. He's still ghosted, but he picks up a bit of pace, and he closes the door. Fair play to him. No negative feelings there. I touch the wall a little bit and give him a little bit of a love tap, unfortunately. Just a rebound effect, but no harm, no foul. You see I catch up at a rate of knots, just squeeze on by, and without that tiny mistake, that would not have set up the battle I had at the end. That battle on lap 30, it's just etched into my memory. That was amazing. I watched this replay, not because I want to see how I drove, because I drive like a cunt, but that battle at the end just makes me so happy because it was so hard. I was defending against someone I look up to. I've been racing for just under a year now, and when I started, you know, I've seen Disco race. I was fortunate enough to be in some of his lobbies. Unfortunate for him because I was such a shit racer. But I've looked up to him. I've watched him race. I've seen him pass people and make impossible moves. So I knew I had my work cut out for me. From this moment on, the fact that I had Disco in the rearview mirror, I knew to myself this would not be easy. This was a hard race. And obviously I was worrying. I was stressed. I was a bit nervous. But thankfully I had the most amazing engineers helping me out, calming me down, telling me to shut the fuck up and focus. And without these guys, I would not have been able to keep the pace that I did. Now, Disco was all over me. It was all over me like a rash, you know, and that's fine. I expected nothing less, but I was really lucky. I was able to just extract that little bit more corner exit speed than him, and that was just keeping me just in front. It wasn't by much. I know the camera replay makes it look like he was further back than he actually was, but look, I was not staying ahead of him by much. It was basically a couple thou keeping us apart. I was just able to get the power down a little bit more smoothly, a little bit more consistently than he was, and that was just keeping me out of harm's way. So aside from that move that really helped close my race up, all I can say is just keep your head down. If ever you're racing and you fall back to the back of the pack, you make a mistake or you're just feeling discouraged, keep racing. All I can say is just make the moves where you can, keep your head down, keep the pace up, keep it clean, and you just never know where you'll finish up. I never thought I'd finish where I did. Without the help of the amazing people that I had behind me, Big Norm and Jester for watching as well, DJ Fabu, thank you so much. Without all this support, I would not have had the courage or the focus, basically, to power on, because I was feeling the pressure. You know, I had Disco behind me, Clan in front of me, two people I never thought I would ever be in a position to chase or defend against, and without the support of the guys watching me and helping me, I would not have been able to keep such a calm head. So thank you so much to the guys helping me. Now this battle with Disco goes on basically throughout the whole race, and it comes to a head on lap 30. And he was just amazing, so aggressive, so clean, so precise with where he was putting the car that I had to be precise to defend. If I put a foot wrong, went an inch wide, he was sliding through quicker than the plumber giving lessons to the porn star. It was just going to be all over. So I've driven the best I've driven in this race. That's why I encourage you to watch the whole thing, just because this is the most consistent and this is the most cleanest I've actually raced my whole time. No spins, no penalties, no corner cuts, no accidents, no bumping. I just had a good race. So I encourage you to watch the end of it. And on lap 30, you'll see me sweat more than basically a preset of gay convention. So without Disco, without that pass, I would not have had the epic battle that I had on lap 30. And just hopefully you stick around till then. Enjoy the bees going by, because that's the sound they make. And I'll be back on lap 30. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, so if you made it to lap 30, hooray, congratulations, thank you very much for sticking it out. Or if you skipped, well, boo-hoo, because you missed a good race. But anyway, the exciting part's coming up. So you'll see the train. 3 of us, Clan, me, Disco. Amazing, surreal, never thought I'd be in this train. Now I'm catching Clan. He was a bit worn on the tires and I was a bit quicker. But I had Disco behind me. So you see, I send it, think better of it. I'm not going to make contact with Clan. He's an amazing driver. I'm not going to ruin his race. Fuck it, it's only 7 laps left. So I had Disco behind me. I couldn't push any more on Clan because I had to take aggressive lines that will let Disco through. So in my head, I had a quick chat to Hamish and them, and I basically said, look, let's lock in 5th. Never in my life did I ever think I'd get 5th. What the fuck? Me, being an absolute twat, I never thought I'd have the pace to get 5th. So I was more than happy. 5th was better than I ever thought I'd finish. So I pulled back, let Clan go. He was storming off into the distance. He had amazing pace anyway. And now you just see the battle with Disco. Now the reason I'm here on lap 30, 31, talking to you about it early, I don't want to ruin or distract you by hearing my annoying voice while you're watching the race. So just know that this is the best battle I've ever had. I can't tell you any more than that. I'll let you decide for yourself. Please drop some comments down if you think it was a shit battle and I'm talking out my ass. That's fine. But just let me know if I'm a cunt. Or if you did enjoy this battle, please let me know if you did. Because to me, having Disco chase me, again, never thought I'd be saying this, it just shows the caliber of racer that he is. He's amazing. He's quick, aggressive, just so smart with where he places the car that I had to basically get on his level, which was really hard. I was pushing at about 150 to 200%. I was fucking drained after this race. So thank you to Disco. Thank you so much for the amazing clean battle. Thank you for pushing me so hard that, you know, I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. There were multiple times where he could have just forced his way through, but that respectful, you know, and that gentleman-like that he pulled back, didn't want to ruin both of our races, and just hung behind me. Through 130i, he could have just, you know, given me a little bit of a bump, pushed me wide and gone through, but he didn't. That just shows the level of racer that he is. He's so clean, but so quick at the same time that makes him, you know, the perfect package. So, not his package, him as a driver. I don't know the size of his package, but hopefully it's good anyway. Thank you so much, Disco. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the battle. I loved it. I know you couldn't get by, and you left that comment saying the guy that you couldn't pass. Believe me, you can pass me if you were maybe not so clean. You know, if you wanted to be a bit more elbows out, you would have passed me. I know you would have. I'm just fooling myself thinking I drove a good race. But thank you for letting me have this 1 minute of glory, or 7 laps if we will. And please guys, just enjoy it for what it's worth, which is just some good driving between 2 good, solid races. But thank you Disco, thank you Clan, thank you GridLine Racing for this amazing league, and thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of this video. It's only a few more laps left, and I hope you guys had fun. Thanks guys, bye.